All right, man, and we are live. Let me change this setting up a little bit. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get the lighting right. All right, man. 1 second, y'all. Let me get this together, man. Let me get my shit together. We good right there? All right, man. We live, baby. Welcome back, man, to another episode of the Winner's Diet Show. I am your host, Mac Solomon, aka Project Mac. Happy October 1st, man. We are in the first month of a new month. So, oh, got the playback. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting my shit together, man. Y'all forgive me. Um, but man, we're here first day of a new month. So I hope you guys have your goals set up. I hope you guys have just everything you want to accomplish. We're officially in the fourth quarter, man. So um whatever goals you guys had up until now, this is the time to hit them because man, 2026 is coming, bro. It is coming in 3 months. So 90 days. Oh yeah, it's coming, man. So as you guys can see, time is waiting on nobody, bro. Like time is just speeding up. It's going faster and faster. Um where I was last year compared to where I am now, man, it's not, I wouldn't say it's crazy, but it's definitely just it flew by. Um Kind of packed up, started over again. But compared to where I was, man, life is definitely different. So but I'm still on my work. I'm still on my journey. I'm still on the goals that I have set for myself. And I'm so happy with where I am currently with just new projects, just new opportunities, new areas of growth. So I'm very happy where I am in that department. But there's still so much work to be done. Um, but you guys have just been showing up consistently, showing love. If it may not be a lot of people, man, but there'll be somebody in here sometimes. There'll be people, there'll be spurts where it'd be 8, 9 people in this motherfucker. So uh it's not like I'm just talking to nobody sometimes. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So I just man, I just keep going, man. That's all I can do. I just keep going. I'm not worried about who's in here, who's not in here. I'm talking to y'all like I'm talking to 100,000 people. I'm getting ready to prepare myself to act like I'm talking in front of thousands of people, man. So the more I do it, the easier it gets. The more I get used to it. So I'm just happy with the process. I'm happy to see the growth. I'm happy to see how it all plays out. So, but besides that, man, it's fourth quarter, man. It's time to turn it up. It's time to go harder at anything that we were doing before. We got to go harder at it. We have to be more strategic in our moves, and we just got to keep being consistent. Keep being consistent, whatever it is that you're doing. Now is not the time to slow up. Right now, everybody's dropping off. I'm seeing it every single day in the gym. The gym is getting emptier and emptier. People are falling off. Do not be that person that decides to take their foot off the gas pedal. This is the time now where you can beat your competition, right? People are canceling people are canceling their gym memberships. People are starting to stop working out consistently. The weather's getting colder, you know. So naturally people are getting lazier and lazier. So this is the time to beat the competition. This is the time to do a little bit extra. Everybody's getting lazier, everybody's getting fatter. This is the time now to put more work in. This is how you jump the curve and get ahead of everybody. So by the time next summer rolls around, you've already been 6 months ahead. You're already 6 months ahead of everybody else. So now is the time to to go even harder. Do not take your foot off the gas in quarter four. We are in the fourth quarter. The time where everybody's tired, everybody's out of breath, gasping for air, right? This is where mistakes are made. Do not make mistakes at this time. If you're someone that is on a fitness journey, this is the time where you do not fall off. The holidays are coming up pretty soon. You got Thanksgiving next month, Christmas, New Year's. This is the time where people fall off. Do not get caught up in that. Do not do what everybody else is doing. Be different. Go harder. Do a little extra. Be different. This is how you separate yourself from everybody else. Right? It's very easy, man. I always say it's very easy to set yourself apart from the general population, at least from a physical standpoint. So the time is now. Do not use this time to get comfortable. Do not use this time to slack off and get fat. This is the time where you go extra hard. You got to go extra hard right now. This is the time. All right, man. So our opening intro rant. You guys know, before we get into the show, we got our 3 segments today, man. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. A lot of things in the news, a lot of things in the headlines. Today, man, we're talking about the war on weakness is here to stay. And we'll talk about that with Peter. How you say his last name, man? Peter, what's his last name? I can't even pronounce it. Oh, Pete Hegseth. Excuse me. Pete Hegseth. So we're talking about kind of his speech today. And then we have the Fit Report as well as What the Fitness. So before we get into it, man, make sure you guys like the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below anything y'all want to see next. And we'll make it happen, man. All right. So without further ado, man, let's get into today's show. We got a great show lined up today. All right. So the first article we have here, man, is how do you say this? Is proffee. Is proffee the secret to getting more protein? What to know about the viral health craze as Starbucks launches new menu items. Hey man, I knew this was coming. It was only a matter of time before Starbucks hopped on it. All right, here we go. That's a lot gains. That's a lot of gains. Okay, I get the joke. Kind of corny. Protein maxing, pushing past protein guidelines to build bulk, bounce back, and feel full faster is the latest culinary craze. Coffee connoisseurs are even sneaking it into their morning mugs. Nearly half, 47% of Americans believe that daybreak is the best time to get their protein fill. A recent survey from the financial services company Empower found. No wonder Starbucks muscled its way into the protein-packed marketplace. The coffee conglomerate launched protein cold foams and lattes and protein-boosted milks to its permanent menu on Monday with 15 to 36 grams of the essential macronutrients stuffed into each grande 16-ounce beverage. Consumers are prioritizing protein in the morning, are open to paying a premium for protein-enhanced drinks, and younger generations are driving that shift, all pointing to protein coffee as a trend with strong tailwinds. Rebecca Rickert, head of consumer insights at Empower, told the Post. Though coffee is a convenient way to beef up protein intake to meet daily goals, experts warn that it's not a magic bullet for weight loss or significant muscle gain. These products should not be substitutes for meals that ideally would include fruits, vegetables, and whole grains that offer fiber and a range of phytochemicals, nutrients which these products often lack. Registered dietitian Soteria Everett, a clinical assistant professor at Stony Brook Medicine, told the Post. Understanding your personal protein needs is key to determining whether you're getting enough or possibly too much, especially if you're adding protein powders to your routine. The recommended dietary allowance for protein is zero point 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight or 0.36 grams per pound. For a 150-pound person, that's 54 grams of protein daily. That's pretty low still. This requirement increases for athletes, individuals on calorie restricted diets, and certain other populations. All right. So this is the picture of the new protein drink at Starbucks. All right. So, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. It's kind of crazy how I was talking about this actually today. A client of mine were kind of discussing the the protein craze that's going on right now. And really, I don't think it's going on enough because we're still very fat out here. But it's very good to see that we are now, these other companies are now starting to prioritize protein, right? I drink protein coffee not every morning, but once in a while, right? Um, I do black coffee and a scoop of my whey protein and just blend it up. And right there, I'm getting my caffeine and I'm getting my protein requirements. So it's a win-win. And there's already been protein drinks and things like that. At least protein, muscle milk, coffee flavors. So, um, but now that it's in an open market like Starbucks now is entering the protein marketplace, which I think is going to boom because people are trying to fit in more protein for those that are trying to become more health conscious. This is a great way for them to get protein in, and I'm here for it. The only issue is that I don't want people to think that protein, just drinking protein coffee is enough. Like it should only be protein. Protein is only a add-on, right? It's a supplement. So it's just there to supplement the food that you can't get in for that day. So if you're eating 2, 3 meals a day, but you're still short, well, protein powder, right? Protein drinks, that is like another add-on to just help you get there. So it should not always be a meal replacement. It should just be there as, just something to hold you over. But drinking protein shakes all day is not going to get you the muscle mass that you want. It's not going to get you the body you want, right? You still you still need to prioritize whole foods, right? And I'm not talking to vegans. I need to make that very clear. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to meat eaters. Pause. I'm talking to y'all. Protein is not enough. You have to make sure you are prioritizing, all the macronutrients, making sure you're prioritizing whole foods, lean cuts of meat, chicken, fish, ground turkey, what else? Steak, right? I know, oh, steak, red meat. Don't listen to those people. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yes, steak, red meat, ribeye, right? Um, so you got to make sure that you're still prioritizing whole foods in your diet, lean cuts and meat. This is going to be a majority of where you're going to get your protein from. So just make sure you don't forget that part. All right. Let's move on to the next article here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All right, let's move on to the next article. All right, this one says study finds health impact of drinking from plastic water bottles is grossly underestimated. Some experts believe that the chronic effects of plastic water bottles on human health remain dangerously understudied, according to an article from phys.org. The authors of a review published in the Journal of Hazardous Materials analyzed 141 articles to gather information about the scope of microplastic ingestion and associated health outcomes. Across dozens of studies, the authors found that the average person might ingest between 39,000 and 52,000 plastic particles each year, with bottled water consumers ingesting up to 90,000 more particles than tap water consumers. Drinking water from plastic bottles is fine in an emergency, but it is not something that should be used in daily life. People need to understand that the issue is not acute toxicity, it is chronic toxicity, lead author Sarah Sajedi warned. Despite a clear pattern of risk in the material reviewed, the authors cited critical gaps in literature concerning single use plastic water bottles, specifically, which is worrisome due to their widespread use. The authors noted that extant research identified respiratory diseases, reproductive issues, neurotoxicity, and carcinogenicity among the chronic conditions and health impacts associated with long-term exposure to microplastic and nanoplastics. Yeah, man. Look, man. I don't really see this. Look, I get it, the whole microplastic thing. I get it. I get that it's a concern. But is it really worse than the food that we already consume? Like, let's be honest. Let's really be critical here. I get microplastics are not good, right? I get it's not a good thing. You try to, I try to make sure I don't drink out of plastic bottles or use a lot of plastic stuff. But if we're talking about the average person here, if we're talking about the average consumer, look how they look. Look how much weight the average person weighs. The average man is 5'9", damn near close to 200 pounds, right? Or 5'8", close to 200 pounds. I don't think microplastics are the biggest concern here. And I get it for all my microplastic, heads and nerds. And, you know, I get you guys are concerned about it. I'm not saying it's not a concern. However, that should be the least of our worries here. How about we start with the food issue? How about we start with the exercise issue, right? How about we start with the baseline of our issues? It's not the microplastics. It's what we constantly consume every single day, as far as food, as far as nutrition, the lack of exercise. That is what we need to be addressing more, right? Microplastics, yes, it can have serious effects on, reproductive issues and respiratory issues, but food can do just as much, if not worse. Food can do just as bad. So let's not skip over the main issue here. I get it. I'm not saying they're not right. I'm not saying that they shouldn't report on this. However, man, I'm more for of let's really go to the root cause of a majority of our problems here in this country. I would say microplastics are at the way bottom, right? That is probably the least of our concerns right now. I'll just be honest. That's the least of our concerns. We should be focusing on, making sure these kids are getting proper nutrition, making sure they're getting proper exercise in public schools, right? Making sure we need to bring back the mile test, just little basic things. That's kind of what we need to focus on, right? So I get the concern, but let's be real here, man. When we look at big issues, microplastics, nanoplastics, That shit is so far down the totem pole. We're not even worried about that right now. So, but shout out to them. You know, we hear them, and we see how it can create a big impact. So, but let's be real here, man. All right. Let's move on to the last article here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, please, and thank you. All right, so this next article is for all my big backs out there. All right. So this one says shedding 10 pounds can take 40 pounds of pressure off of your knees, study reveals. Losing 10 pounds of excess weight takes 40 pounds of pressure off of your knees because for every pound of body weight lost, your knees experience a four-fold reduction in pressure. This means the force on your knee joints is multiplied by four during daily activities like walking and climbing stairs. Losing weight decreases the load on the knee, which can lead to significant pain relief and reduced risk of osteoarthritis. Excessive weight can contribute to the development of osteoarthritis, a degenerative joint disease that causes pain, stiffness, and limited mobility. Losing even a small amount of weight can reduce the stress on the knees, alleviate pain, and prevent or slow the progressive of OA. Yeah, I mean that's very believable, man. It's very like I don't think that I don't think that people generally understand. Like we're not telling you lose weight just to lose weight. Yes, you want to lose weight to feel better. You want to lose weight to have more energy. You want to lose weight to be more, mobile and be able to move around a little bit better, right? And look and feel good. But you want to lose weight not for the external aspects, right? As far as just like the internal aspects, as far as just like looking good, feeling good. You want to lose weight because it takes a lot of pressure off your damn joints. That's the main reason why you need to lose weight. Some of you guys, your height, your weight is, how do I say this? For some of y'all, you guys weigh more than you should at your height. There's no reason to be 5'8", 200 pounds. As a man, as a woman, really, if you're not an NFL running back, there's no reason to be 5'8", 200 pounds. But some of y'all weigh more than a running back. Some of y'all weigh more than an NFL running back on the men's side and the women's side for no reason. You don't train like one, but you eat like one, right? So this is the issue. You wonder why you have back issues. You wonder why you have knee issues because you're putting so much unnecessary weight on your knee joints. Your body can only handle so much, right? So when you put excess weight that doesn't need to be on there, you're just adding to the problem. You're creating more issues that don't need to be there. So when we say lose weight, it's not just so you can look and feel good. It's so that you can give your joints a break. It's so your joints can breathe finally. You know what I'm saying? So, it's more than just the vanity metrics, man. People don't realize how much just 5 pounds adds to your body. 5 pounds. It may not seem like a lot, but it really does a lot on your body. They said 10 pounds is like 40 pounds. What did it say? I don't want to misquote it. I don't want to misquote this. This is very important, right? It says, yes, shedding 10 pounds can take 40 pounds of pressure off your knees. It's that simple. Shedding 10 pounds can take 40 pounds of pressure off your knees. This is why you need to lose weight. This is why if you don't take care of your weight as you get older, you just put more and more pressure on your knees that don't need to be there. And now, you have arthritis. Now you have knee issues. Now you have chronic knee issues. Now you have chronic back pain. But you're going to blame it on you getting older. No, no, that's not what it is here. Oh man, my back hurts. Oh, I'm just getting older. No. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Your back hurts is because the reason your back hurts is because you have too much excess weight. Your back cannot carry that much weight. Your knees cannot hold that much weight and move around freely and move around without any type of consequences. So it's bigger than just losing weight for vanity metrics. This is more so you can avoid having just unnecessary pain. Because it adds up, man. It adds up. And you know how it starts? It starts with you just, one, not tracking your food. It starts with you just eating everything in sight, not knowing how much food you need to maintain your body weight. Hey, it just takes 100 calories every single day over your maintenance level. And in 3 years, you didn't gain 30 pounds in 3 years. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. All you got to do is just eat an extra 100 calories for the next 3 years every single day. You'll gain 30 pounds in 3 years just following that same method, following that same routine. 100 calories extra every single day for the next 3 years. And then you're going to wonder how did I put on 30 pounds? It's that easy. But it starts with you just being aware that, hey, man, if I lose weight, man, I can avoid just long-term pain that doesn't need to be there. A lot of things that happen to us, it's really self-inflicted, right? Just the choices that we make, a lot of it, yeah, we can blame circumstances, we can blame other people, we can blame this and that, but man, 98% of our issues are self-inflicted. It just is what it is. At least mine are, right? I can take accountability for that. And I know any other man would. But a lot of our issues that we have in life, a lot of the problems that we have in life, a lot of that shit comes down to self-inflicted wounds. We choose these things. We put ourselves in position for things like this to happen. Nobody puts a gun to our head. We make our own choices, and then we are not satisfied with the outcome. Right? So it's something that we got to be more aware of, man. And until we do that, we're going to keep having these type of issues. So lose some damn weight, man. It's not healthy to be fat, bro. I know other people are going to tell you different. Other people are going to say you're fine the way you are, love your curves. You don't need to do all that. But it's not healthy to be overweight. I know we live in a country now where we're trying to promote body positivity, but fuck all that, man. Get your ass in shape. Get in shape. Lose some weight. Put on some muscle. Being overweight is not cool. It's not cool. It's not a badge of honor. It's not respectable. Nobody respects fat people, bro. I'm sorry. They're always going to make fun of you. They might be nice to you in person, but they're going to make fun of you behind the scenes, especially if you're a man. Women, they might get away with it sometimes. Women can get away with it. But as a man, if you're fat, if you got titties, bro, they're going to make fun of you every single time. They're going to roast you, whether that be in front of you or behind your back. So it's just not cool. It's just not cool to be fat. I'm sorry. I don't have an issue. I don't hate fat people, but I just want them to be healthier. And sometimes the words I say might come off as a little harsh. It might come off as he's picking on me, he's rude. But man, I'm really, I really mean well. Like, just get in shape, lose some weight, stop eating everything in sight, right? Like, stop being a fat pig, man. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not healthy. Anything that is unhealthy, that is done in excess, I'm not cool with. So that goes for anything. That goes for anything. Too much of one thing is not good. That could be healthy or unhealthy. So, all right. That is it for the fit report. Let's move on to what the fitness. So we are reacting to fitness news, anything going on in the media in the fitness world. All right. So, also winner's diet, winner's diet philosophies. So let's check this out. We have one video. This guy talks about stop being late. It makes you a loser and unsuccessful. All right. So doesn't have too much to do with quote unquote fitness, but this definitely applies to our winner's diet philosophies. So I always talk about how one out of the four pillars of the winner's diet is our habits. So how you show up every single day to whatever it is that you're putting work in, right? Whether your job, whether your business, your relationships, whatever the case is. What are your habits? How do you start your day? How do you move about your day? How do you go about your day? So one of the things that really separates people from that is being on time. So let's take a look at what Chad has to say.
One thing I see amongst many young people is being late is socially acceptable and it's considered like this normal thing to be late. You should not be late. You realize that's a sign of disrespect. It's never going to get you hired anywhere. You're not going to be successful if you are always late to everything. Like, it's dumb. It's not okay to be 5, 10, 15 minutes late to something. That's not a good sign. And if you are late to something, you should feel bad and apologize for it. It's crazy. Like, that's just so normalized. Like, oh no, it's no big deal. They're 15 minutes late. They're 20 minutes late. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You don't live in Jamaica, okay? This is the United States of America. You better be on time. And I see so many young people complain, oh, the economy's hard. It's like, bro, you were 8 minutes late for your job interview. You really think they're going to hire you? Oh, they didn't want to hire me, the economy's up. No, you were 8 minutes late. So stop showing up late. Show up early, if anything. Be on time. Like, this is basic stuff. Come on.
Hey, he's speaking facts, bro. That's all facts. Like, hey, showing up late to a job interview is crazy. Especially if you're unemployed and you've been unemployed for a long time. Showing up to a job interview late is insane to me. But people think that being late is cool, right? Because no one's ever called them out on being on time. No one's ever held them accountable. Me, I learned to be on time from playing sports, mainly because I respect people's time. I understand how showing up on time is another sign of leadership. It's a sign of trust, reliability, right? And you being consistent with that, it leaves a huge impression. You just being on time leaves a huge impression, right? So I never took that for granted. I always made sure I was always on time as much as I could. I'm rarely late for work ever. I'm always on time to my client sessions, right? Appointments, I try to be on time. But yes, I understand things happen here and there, but there's just certain things, man, I do not play with, especially when it comes to opportunities that can really put you in position to change your life. That's some shit that you don't want to play with. But you will be surprised how many people play with that opportunity. You'll be surprised how many people do not take that shit serious and drop the ball. They screw the pooch because they don't take life serious. We're seeing a lot of Gen Z Now the younger Gen Z generation enter the workforce, and a lot of them are getting fired. A lot of them are getting fired because they're already labeled as lazy, right? If you're 28 and under, I would say like what, like 18 to 28, around there, Gen Z, you're already getting like they're already getting fired. They're already labeled as lazy. They don't want to work. They don't show up on time. They're always on their phones, not doing shit on TikTok, making TikToks. So this is mainly like a Gen Z thing, but I see this with a lot of people my age and older too, right? Um like I had people that I knew that were like proud to be late. Like they wore being late as a badge of honor, which was crazy to me, right? They'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm always late." Like just laughing and just joking. I'm like, "Bro, you think this is cool? Like you think this is something to be proud of? Like you really think that we should respect you because you're always late?" And you see it, right? Whenever you invite them out, whenever there's an event or whatever, hey, we're all going to be here by X time. Show up at this time. They show up an hour late. They show up 2 hours late. And they're proud of it, right? But what they don't realize is people are noticing this shit and they're keeping tabs on you. People are realizing, yeah, I rock with him, I rock with her. He or she's a good friend, but I can't rely on them for shit. I can't rely on them if I get stuck somewhere, if I need them to come pick me up. I know they're not going to come through, or they're going to come super, super late, to the point where it's like, all right, I should just call somebody else, right? We all have friends like that. And we all put them in a certain place, right? Yeah, we still rock with them, but they're in a certain box. They're not in the friend of reliability. And that's what you are when you're always on time. When you know you can rely on this person, when this person is always prompt, showing up on time. Hey, just like being in shape and working out consistently and just having a good body can set you apart from the competition, the same thing could be said about being on time. The same thing can be said about being on time. Just be on time. That's all you got to do. Separate yourself from everybody else. Be on time. Be a pleasure to work with. Be reliable. Be trustworthy. These are all little things that most people take for granted, because most people are pieces of shit. And it's very apparent, right? There's a lot of people that are just shitty ass people, bro. Like, maybe not shitty ass people, but the way they move through life is just shitty. And they might mean well, right? They might mean well. They might be good people outside of that. But there's just certain things that you can't really be around. There's just certain things you can't associate with, man. There are people that really pride themselves on just not respecting people's time. Whenever I have meetings, whenever I have consultations, hey, the client may or may not buy. I may or may not buy from that person if they're selling to me about something, right? A product or whatever. But I always respect people's time because I know time is money and I respect my time. The problem is people think most people think their time is most people think that their time is worth more than yours. That's the mentality. They think their time is worth more than yours, which is why they behave the way they do, which is why they show up the way they show up. They don't respect nobody's time, and it's just a crazy way of thinking, man, how people just think this way. I never understood it. I never will understand it. Um, but I will say that, man, people that I will say that people that wear being late as a badge of honor, those are losers. Those are losers. Those are people that may never get anywhere. They may they may hit a ceiling at some point. They may hit a peak, but usually they never really turn out to be anything. Because you're gonna get to a certain level. You're gonna be around certain people like I have, where their time is everything. You even show up a second, a minute late, you're done, right? They're not playing with you. So if you're trying to maneuver in the corporate world, if you're trying to maneuver in the entrepreneurial space, or just get around certain individuals that have a lot of motion and you don't respect their time, bro, they will get your ass up out of there so quick. They're not gonna deal with you, whether that be on a relationship level or just on a business level. They're not gonna deal with you. So stop acting like being late is this cool thing. It's not. It's not cool. Nobody respects that, right? Nobody's gonna praise that. They're gonna look at you like a loser because that's what you are essentially. So it is what it is, man. Just be on time and be a pleasure to work with, man. That's really it really isn't that hard, man. It really isn't that hard. And be likable, right? But that comes with you being on time. All right. Let's move on to the next article. What do we have here, man? Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We going in. We having a great show so far. All right. We have Huncho the rapper. He says that the gym is the new club. What do y'all think? He says the gym is a new club. So let's see what the rapper Huncho says.
You stay like this.
What did she say, babe? Can I work out with you? Can I go with you to the gym?
No.
What?
There's too many niggas at the gym. You can't go with me to the gym.
Okay.
There's too many niggas at the gym. Eyeballs be like this, like just searching. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I go to the gym. I used to go to the gym every day. The gym is like the club.
In Atlanta, it gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, but that's any gym. The gym is like the club.
Anywhere, because all the BBLs is at the gym.
The gym like the club, man. People don't even be going. They go in there to work out. They get their little workout in, but they be going in the gym to mingle.
That's crazy. I can't.
You stay like this.
What did she say?
Hey, he ain't lie, man. He ain't lie, bro. I was at this one gym. This was years ago. Gold's Gym in Glendale. And if any of y'all have been to LA, you know that Glendale is Armenian Central, right? You're gonna see a bunch of Kim Kardashians out there. But this gym had some of the baddest chicks I've seen, bro. I've ever seen. This gym had the baddest chicks. Like all the Armenian chicks was up there, BBL'd out. It was a mix. It was a mix of everybody, bro. But yeah, that shit looked like the club, bro. It really did, man. It did look like the club. I could see that for sure. I see it every day, just from the outfits, the music playing, the mingling, right? The social aspect. The gym is a new club. I would say you wanna find somebody, man, go to the gym. The bars are played out, the events are played out. Go to the gym, man. You actually gonna build better rapport at the gym. Yes, women's guards can be up in the gym, but if you are just not a creep, you just don't interrupt her set while she's working out, and you just build rapport. Hey, over time, and you look halfway decent, you got yourself together, and you come with good energy, just build rapport. And over time, that could turn into something. You never know. But I will say that, and the gym has been the new club, by the way. Oh, yeah. You go to a club in LA around 12 to 1 p.m., you're going to see what I'm talking about. Midday. Go to the gym. Go to the gym midday in LA. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. So that's any gym, mainly like a 24-hour fitness and LA Fitness, right? One of the lower tier gyms, um, especially in the Valley or in Hollywood, right? You're gonna see what I'm talking about. You gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. That gym is popping. That gym is popping, man. The gyms are popping around that time. So if you do want to catch something, that's gonna be the time to go. But yeah, the gym is a new club, man. It's been that way for a long time. I'll say it's been that way since like before, a little bit before COVID. You know, that's kind of when the women's outfits kind of got crazier, you know. So yeah, man, you add that in the outfits, the music, right? And then the socialization, the mingling, um the selfies, like, yeah, it's the club, bro. It's the club. So highly recommend y'all go and see what's up if you haven't already. All right, man. We're getting into the halfway point of the show. We're actually there already. Um should we do one more, man? I low-key want to do one more, but I feel like we're kind of running low on time here. Maybe we can do one more. What do y'all want? Do y'all want to do one more article before we get to the main event? Maybe we can do a quick one. Uh Fuck it, let's do it, man. Why not? All right. This is funny. All right, so this one here, we got YFN Lucci. I guess he's under fire because he's saying that this streamer chick needs some titties, needs some new titties. This is interesting. So let's check this out. People share their opinions after YFN Lucci tells Zoe Spencer she needs breast implants.
You need to go get some booze. My bad. What? On to the next one. 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 Move on.
Go get some titties.
You need titties, don't you? She needs like a little A cup. She got a 0 cup. My girl respect everything that come out my mouth. Yeah.
Now, Lucci can't talk, man. And the reason why YFN Lucci can't talk is because he's built like an overweight midget, right? Like Lucci, if y'all see this, YFN Lucci, he's not built the best, right? Like he's built like a pear, lean gut, as you see, came out of jail. You know what I'm saying? He just look, man. This is how I feel about you can't talk about somebody's appearance if you don't have it together. You got to have your appearance together. You can't talk about somebody's appearance, right? When you look like a fat ass leprechaun, a fat ass nigga leprechaun. You can't talk shit about somebody's appearance when you built like this. And I like YFN Lucci. I like his music, but this ain't it, man. This ain't it. You can't talk you can't talk about somebody's appearance. like dudes be dudes be thinking that they can shoot on somebody whole time their belly hanging way over their waistline, looking crazy. So anyway, man. All right, let's get into the main event, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We going in today. The main event today, man, we're talking about the war on weakness. It's here to stay. And the reason I'm reporting on this is because our Secretary of Defense today, Pete Hegseth, made some comments about the military. He made some comments about the military being fat. He made some comments that rubbed people the wrong way. And I'm here for it because the truth should make you uncomfortable. The truth should make you uneasy. That's what it's there for. But the problem that we have is that people don't want to hear the truth. People can't handle the truth. So sometimes it has to be said right in front of you, right to your face, for you to get it. But a lot of times when you hold people accountable on mainly body weight, right? What they can actually control, they get offended. They say you're body shaming. They say that you hate fat people. These are things that they do to deflect on the actual issue. So let's take a look at what Pete Hegseth had to say today during his speech. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can pull this. All right, here we go. So let me go ahead and refresh this. All right, so People Magazine says Pete Hegseth, who leads the recently rebranded Department of War, still formerly known as the Department of Defense, rallied against fat generals and admirals, saying it's a bad look as he imposed new military fitness requirements. All right, let's take a look at what Pete Hegseth had to say.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. When it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. It's tiring to look out at.
Hey, man, shout out to Pete Hegseth, bro. Yo, I'm really messing with this. And I don't want to be too political here. This is not a political show, but I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I'm here for finally holding people accountable. How are we going to put out, what message do we think we're sending to represent our country if we have fat generals, if we have fat admirals, if our military can't do basic fitness tests? What message do we think we're sending out there? But I checked some of the, another video, and they said that after he was done speaking, they barely gave him applause. They didn't clap. It was an awkward silence. And then you have media campaigns attacking him, hit pieces, articles calling him out, saying he's body shaming. Like, I don't get it here, right? Because on one end, we talk about how America needs strong leadership. We need men to be men again. But then when somebody comes in, a man comes in and puts in rules and regulations and discipline and accountability, we attack them. So I'm trying to figure out, what is it that we want? Because I can guarantee you right now, if I look at some of these comments, it's going to be people calling him out. Look, There's a lot of women in here. Shout out to y'all, but it is what it is. Him being obsessed with men's bodies is giving rainbow. We all know what that means. It's the makeup on his collar for me. What does that got to do with anything that he just said? Y'all voted for this. I want all MAGA supporters to be listed in the history book so the future humans will know who helped America for holding people accountable, for telling people that they need to lose, for telling military members that they need to lose weight. I don't give a fuck about the left, right, up, or down. Bro, this is accountability. Wow. As a Canadian watching this, all I can say is wow. Other countries are focused on technology, infrastructure, education, entrepreneurship, job creation, and this is what we're talking about. A bad look. No one is thinking about someone's weight when they're fearing for their life. This administration is a bad look. This is an L, bro. This is an L. This is what we've come to. You know? Like, I don't understand. Like when someone demands that we clean up and you know and be men again and bring back strength and discipline, when it's finally admitted, they attack them. So I don't understand. Like, this is a problem that we're dealing with. It's really a war on accountability. It's a war on discipline. He called them fat troops, which is what they are. It's exactly what they are. So I don't understand, where's the outrage? Why are people attacking him? Why are there so many headlines and excuses and so many people attacking his appearance or what does that got to do? Oh, he got makeup on his collar. What does that got to do with anything that he said? Calling him gay for what? Because he wants our military to have the best appearance, to have standards. I don't get it. So we just letting anybody in. So he's talking about, listen, we're gonna up the military standards. We're gonna make this, very crystal clear, and it's gonna be gender neutral. Ladies, if you can meet the requirements, you can get in. If not, hey, it is what it is. But this is where we are. This is what we're going with. Take it or leave it. Masculinity is under attack. Masculinity is under attack. Like, I don't understand. Bro, this is just too much sometimes, bro. It just comes down to people not liking the truth. That's all it is. Like, we're in a time now where you cannot tell the truth. You tell the truth, you get canceled. You tell the truth, they try to get you demonetized. You tell the truth, they try to get you up out of there. They try to get you suspended. They try to get you fired. It's just sick thinking, bro. Oh, what about the mental health? What about the job shaming? Why are they caring about his weight? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, where are we? Who are we? We have a bunch of weak people in this country, bro. I really wish we need to just cut bait with some of these people. We're going to take all of y'all that think like weak ass individuals, put you guys on another island somewhere and let y'all do what y'all do. The ones that want discipline and order and standard, you come over here. Like, it's time we start to separate ourselves, bro, because this is getting crazy, bro. This ain't about left or right. This is about just right and wrong. This is about weak and strong. Like, comfort culture is real. It's real. Right? People are okay with being losers. And they put this same nonsense back onto their kids. And now their kids become losers. And their kids become the same people that are attacking him for saying the truth. Their kids become the same people that try to get him canceled. Being a loser is that is, I think that's a genetic thing. Or being a loser is contagious. I'll say that. Being a loser is contagious. The way you think is contagious. You know, most people do not have standards. So, the moment you try to implement your standards on someone's standards, they attack you. They're going to mock your standards before they fix theirs. This is the defense mechanism of most Americans. They're going to say there's more important things to worry about. We need education. We need school systems. Well, if we got a bunch of fat ass kids and fat ass employees, how's the work going to get done? But see, we don't critically think. We just react and emotionally just say things out of our mouth, out of emotion, which is a weak trait, by the way. Strong people don't react emotionally. But this is what we do, man. It's just time that we separate ourselves from losers. This is a big issue. We have a loser epidemic in America. Yeah, this country, we have a big loser epidemic, meaning loser as in the way they think is very loser-ish, right? The way they think is how losers think. And we have a bunch of those people in America. So I don't know, man. The strong will always rise to the top and the weak will always perish. It's been like that since the beginning of time and it's never going to change. Do not ever shrink your discipline for somebody else's comfort. Fuck them. Fuck them times 10. You know, the weak will fall off. The ones that really want to change, the ones that are really in it to get better and hold themselves accountable are going to be around. So anyway, man, my battery's about to die on my laptop, so I got to get up out of here. But this has been a great show. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. This is the Winners Dice Show, man. We'll be back on Friday morning. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's Project Mac. I'm out this thing. Peace.